everybody, it's Marie Diemer here. Welcome back to my kitchen. I thought I would share one of the newer recipes, at least it's going to be new to me. I haven't tried it before. EPICURE's Keema curry. So remember that everything EPICURE makes is nut-free, it is gluten-free, it is almost salt-free. And this is one of the ones I've been anxious to try but haven't got around to yet. So all it calls for is a couple of cups of water or broth, a couple of cups of frozen peas, and it said 3 medium potatoes, almost 4 cups of potatoes cubed. So it's super easy, goes together real quick. So let's get the potatoes started. I have here, I hid them. I had smaller potatoes that we couldn't get the regular size today. So this is my 4-cup prep bowl. So it's about a pound of potatoes. And you're going to cook those potatoes on the side. So I'm going to cook them in the steamer. Don't put anything in the steamer, just dump the potatoes in. Put the lid on it to seal it and stick it in your microwave. It says 6 to 8 minutes. So I'm going to trust that and put it in for 7. So literally, in the length of time it takes you to brown your ground meat, your meal is done. You can't ask for better than that. So I have my wok here. My oil is getting hot. And it doesn't call for onions, but I know that I like onions in my curry, so I just cut up a little bit, part of a white onion. Stick that in there. You can tell by the sizzle that the oil was nice and hot. And all I'm going to do now is brown the meat. Calls for ground beef. I had ground chicken. Normally ground chicken isn't, for the most part, I don't think it's as flavorful as beef. But in a recipe like curry, where there's so much flavor going on, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So we had ground chicken on hand. That's what we're going to use. You might notice this tool that I've got going here. It is the meat separator. I use this all the time. It goes in dishwasher. I like that there's only 3 prongs to it so that the meat doesn't get stuck between the prongs when it comes time to clean it. It allows you to break up your ground meat really fast. And you're done. So I'm going to brown this meat up. I have the wok on fairly high. I did put a little bit of oil in the bottom, although only because it was ground chicken, which is quite a bit leaner than ground beef. And the onions didn't call for it, they're just because. So I'm going to leave this to cook. I've got it on as high as it goes. It calls for 2 cups of either water or broth. Right now I've got water because it's a curry dish that has lots of flavor. I'm just going to use water. If you wanted a little more beef flavor or chicken flavor, whatever you wanted, you could use broth instead. I'm going to mix in my package of Keema curry. These are sold 3 to a set. I love how fast these dinners are. Today was a day. So you can throw a meal on the table in 15 minutes. You know, that is cause for celebration. All I'm doing is mixing the solution package for the Keema curry in the water. The water doesn't have to be boiling. I just want to soften up the spices. The chicken is cooking up pretty quickly. Now, I want you to take a real good look at the color on the picture on the front of that package, because my goal is for it to look just like that. Potatoes are going to be another 4 minutes, and the plan is you put the ground beef in the wok, fairly high temperature, brown it up so there's nothing pink showing. If you want to add onions, you can, obviously. And then I'm going to put the solution package and water mix in and get it bubbling. I toss in the frozen peas that I have here on the side, a couple of cups frozen peas, and the potatoes. Put them in there, bring it back up to a boil, because when you put the peas in, they came right from my freezer 2 seconds ago. So when you put the peas in, it's going to cool the mixture down quite a bit, quite fast. So you want to bring it back up to a boil and let it simmer for a few minutes, and your dinner's ready. Now, if you wanted to leave the potatoes out of this, the potatoes are the starch. We're going to eat this tonight like a stew, but you could omit the potatoes if you wanted and put it over rice. You can put it over noodles. It doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here beside this. The smell of the curry is just, I'm starting to sing. Okay, so my meat has cooked. It is all cooked up and ready to go. I'm going to put the sauce, pour the 2 cups of water and solution package over top of the meat. Bring that back up to a boil. And that will help the meat absorb some of the curry flavor as well. Check. 2 more minutes, the potatoes are done. If you haven't already, if you're inclined to not cook in your microwave, which was me, you really need to try out the steamers. They're absolutely amazing. Fast for something like this. They're fast for cooking ground meat in. You know, you can throw that in for 6 minutes and have ground beef all cooked up if you want. You can use I use the round steamer. You can use the multi-purpose steamer with the tray, and all of the juice from the ground meat goes down into the bottom. The tray keeps it up. Oh, it seals in the flavor of whatever you're cooking, and yet whatever you're cooking, it doesn't change the texture of it. So I'm all over that. So I just want this to come back up to a boil. It shouldn't take too long. And by then, the potatoes are done. I'm going to put them in, throw in the peas, bring it back up to heat, and my meal's done. I've been blathering and I can tell it's only been 7 minutes. So you can't beat it. Most of our savory solution packages are sold 3 to a set. A lot of our dessert packages are sold 2 to a set. So by all means, feel free to check out our online catalog at mariediemer.epicure.com. And you can search for anything you want, or you can just say shop and have a look at the electronic catalog. If you would like a hard copy of our latest catalog, or you want the link to the online catalog, by all means message me. I'm always looking for new customers to join this page, so please feel free to refer your friends to join the Marie Diemer VIP customer page, my Epicure page, and this is where I'm going to post my videos and things that I do, my quick tips and traps. So this is taking just a minute because it's my portable burner, but it's starting to simmer again. I think these potatoes are done. Let me just get a fork and double check that. I didn't even peel the potatoes, I just cubed them. They're ready. So dump the potatoes in. Not my smartest move to put them towards me with my white shirt, but you know, life happens. Now it is really simmering. I'll be right back, excuse me. So now, all I have to do is dump in the frozen peas. It calls for a squirt of lime juice. Nick and I, for the most part, prefer not to put that in, although I'm sure it gives it quite a lift. But we don't always want the tanginess in our dinner. So I'm going to omit that. But let's just have a brag moment here. Less than 10 minutes, and I was blathering. There is our Keema curry dinner. It's thickened up quite a bit. We're going to eat it like a stew. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to this VIP page, and I post videos as regularly as I have time for. And have a great night.